thing with the Valvetronix amplifier is Vox is a British build. Valve is the term they use for tube. So what we call a tube in an amp, they call a valve. So the idea is it's very digital in character in terms of the effects in the front end of the amplifier, but there's a tube in it, hence Valvetronix. So this technology won a lot of awards when it came out a few years ago because it's adding the headroom to a digital amplifier. So it's a 12AX7 tube, and those of you that know amplifiers, are you familiar with 12AX7s? Essentially, they're a tube that's almost always found in the preamp section of an amplifier. In fact, some of our core keyboards use them to heat up the front end and cause distortion on the organ programs and stuff like that. So people immediately assume it's a front end tube heating up the amp, giving it more distortion, but it's not. There's no book saying the 12AX7 has to be a preamp tube. It's a tube used in the power section. The reason being, an all-tube amplifier where the power tube section works in conjunction with the transformer is deemed more musical by many players. Typically, if I'm on a classic rock tone, I could roll down the volume and clean it up. The clean tones have enough headroom to get the percussive spike that funk players, blues, and chicken pickers need. All these attributes come true to this amplifier. It's leading in its class in the amount of amp models. There's 33 amp models on this line. There are 3 separate sections of effects. I have one section that are all pedal effects. The next section would be what you typically put in a loop, like delays and modulation effects. And then I have a whole section for reverb, so I could dial in those different effects. It seems complicated, but they're all knobs. Some of our competitors you're tabbing around with menus, and typical guitar player, we're not always engineers or synthesists, so we like to see knobs, the chicken head knobs, so it can be treated simply as an amp. You dial up a sound, bring up an amp, add an effect, and it's basic. If you want to get deeper, it saves 8 programs of storage. It does have a built-in tuner, and you can run a whole lot of effects with it. I'll just go ahead and play to a track.